Hey guys, Charles Ollering back here with another video from Bushcraft with Charlie. I am currently hiking to a stock pond here up on our property in Hill City. Right now I'm on the Forest Service. Our property is behind me right now, and I'm just hiking down to the gold panning spot. So I got my big and little gold pan homemade snuffer bottle, just from a old body armor bottle, duct tape, and an old ballpoint pen. Just hiking through the hills of Black Hills of South Dakota. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep walking. Now there is some burnweed around, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty much immune. I still stay away from it, because the rest of my family isn't. So yeah, you'll notice I'm wearing water shoes. That's because I'm probably gonna have to get in the water. I gotta be careful of snakes, even up here in the hills. Timber rattlers, mainly. We also have had several copperhead sightings around here recently, so I'm kind of watching the ground more than what's ahead of me. And you guys may know about if you live in Rapid City or somewhere near Spearfish or Rapid City or Hill City, you'll know about the Black Bears in Spearfish Canyon. About 60 miles from here, I've been seeing tracks along the road. Right there, right below that log, right next to that little twig is a bear track. It's very faded, and the camera doesn't do very good at picking it up. We're just gonna go along and hope we get to the stock pond soon. My mom will probably be in this video later. She's just driving down. I decided to hike because I like hiking in nature. So yeah. So I'm gonna just keep walking and just tell you kind of what's going on around here. Tell you about all the plants. Like, there's wild raspberries up here. You just gotta know where to look. Yeah, here's some chokecherry bushes, and here's a raspberry bush. That's all we got here. I'm gonna pick it because it gives you a lot of energy. They aren't that big and wild, but they're delicious. They're even sweeter than the store-boughts. If you don't mind the seeds, these are great. You got a lot of invasive weeds up here, like mullein and Canadian thistle, but other than that, it's pretty much all natural, like native plants, like the aspen trees. You'll see right there. I don't know if you can see that. Right behind me, I got an aspen grove. Pine trees all around. Perfect place to find mushrooms, but it's been super dry lately. Like, I'm kicking up dust just walking here. Like, look at this. So dry. Just rained. It rained for like 10 minutes up here and quit, and that just goes to show how much of a drought we're in. It's already dry. Just got to keep moving. If you guys are wondering why don't I have a gun for bear defense or mountain lion defense, because I don't need one. I've got a Bowie knife, and main reason I'm filming is to just make some noise so that the bears can't really, they won't really get surprised by my presence. It's dead calm out here, probably 95 degrees, which is hot for this, even for this time of year. July, like the end of July here is normally rainy and wet. Then toward August we get drier, but the drought has started early. It's been dry, about this dry, for 3 months. We've had several fires around Custer State Park, around Rapid City. We actually had one not even 5 miles from our house up on what they call Skyline Drive. I live on Breckenridge Court, for those of you who know where Chapel Valley is in Rapid City. I live in Breckenridge Court, so Skyline Drive is probably about 5-6 miles away. Just past Powderhorn Drive. You can even get to it through Powderhorn Drive. I've been up there. I go up there to get bowstring material and all. But yeah, it's scary how dry it is. And that same fire on Skyline Drive, they thought they put it out and it restarted overnight. Started to burn down one of my friend's house. It's like one of my friends, his house just about got burned down. It, like, the siding caught fire before they got it put out. It just goes to show how dry it is. I don't have water with me, but I don't really need it. I drank a whole lot of water before I left. I am thirsty, but I probably would have already drunk a whole nother water bottle by now. And when I started filming, I was right by the camper on our property. So about 6 minutes later, I probably would have already drank an entire gallon of water. You gotta really conserve water when it's this dry. I'll take a drink from the spring when we get there. It's clean water, and if not, I can filter it really easily through my shirt. Some grass and gravel will work. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can get some gold today. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not talking as much as I normally would on these videos. I'm just out of breath. But I've got to get in shape for elk hunting this year, which I'm using a muzzle loader for. To be specific, I'm using a flintlock for my elk this year in Montana. For those of you out there who know that the law is .45 caliber or over, that's for inline muzzle loaders. Those inlines don't have as much penetration as a round ball. Like those stab-headed bullets aren't as good as a round ball, which is what I use. So technically, I looked up laws. You can look this up too if you don't believe me. You can use a .36 caliber minimum on an elk for a round ball. If you're using conical bullets of any kind, even if they're just full-on lead, you have to be .45 or above. A round ball has the best penetration of any bullet on earth, so I've heard. And if my face looks a little burnt, I was shooting my flintlock yesterday at the muzzleloader shoot, which I mentioned in my last video about my flint and steel kit. And my touch hole on my flintlock, for those of you who don't know, a touch hole is basically a small hole in the side of a barrel, that has basically a screw-in adapter to make it even smaller. But the screw-in adapter helps with cleaning, but that thing blew out. And thank God it didn't hit anybody on the range. I'm the only one injured. I was the only one injured, and just minor injuries. A few burns, got a burn on my leg. A few metal shrapnel pieces I had to pull out of my face, but nothing major. Could have been worse. What I think I did, and what most people think I did, is I must have just been talking to other people on the range, and I forgot I put powder down the barrel, but I hadn't put a ball in yet. So I poured more powder in. So if I was using a 50 grain load, that means 100, which that gun's not built for. And probably excess pressure